Hey guys, I got with the picks. It is Saturday, early morning. Yesterday, we started the day with a win with Tulane, which was a good win. And then we came back. We had the under 56 in the Arkansas game. Somehow, it pushed that 56. 41 points in the first half. They put up 15 in the second half. That push to me felt like a win. And then the night game 38-24. Richardson, no completions in the second half at all. Halfway through the fourth quarter, and they win by 7 points. So we get a win, a loss, and a push, which moves us to 48, 37, and 3, which is still the same 57%. I was really looking to sweep the board today, but we got a good chance to do it today. First game we're going to talk about is 7-4 Illinois going to Northwestern at 1-10. This line's at 14. The Illini comes in pissed off, very pissed off. They lost to Michigan, 19-17. And if you watch that game like I watched that game, there was some questionable calls in that game. Definitely some questionable calls in that game. Their stud running back, Chase Brown, he ran for 140 yards and 2 touchdowns. This Illini defense is top 5 across the board in defensive statistics. Great defense. I mean, hell, they held Michigan to 370 yards. That's almost 100 yards under their average. That's how you can tell a team is elite, especially on one side of the ball or the other. Quarterback Tommy DeVito makes absolutely no mistakes for the Illini in the first place. I mean, I think he's got 2 interceptions on the year. Don't get me wrong. They ride Brown most of the time. I mean, that's definitely the horse. But when DeVito's asked to do something, he does it. And he gets it done. He's a good leader on the field. He knows how to steer the ship. Actually, he's got 3 interceptions on the year. I apologize. Northwestern is a mess. I mean, an absolute mess. They average 8 points a game their last 4 games. Could you imagine 8 points a game? They put up 32 points in a month. What? And they only average 14 points a game on the year. I'm sure that'll be going down after this game also. They put up 240 yards versus Purdue last week. If they put up 240 yards against Purdue, how many yards can they possibly put up against Illinois? 160 total? 175? Maybe I'll be generous and say 180? Listen, Northwestern is... This game can't get over quick enough for them. I think the coaching staff, the players, I'm pretty sure they won their first game of the year. They started out 1-0, I'm pretty sure. And then they lost the next 10. Yeah. To say that they're looking to get back in the locker room, get back to their families, and hopefully regroup to do something next year would probably be an understatement for Northwestern. And something that's even scarier is Northwestern gives up 195 yards rushing a game to their opponents. You got Chase Brown that's put up 1,500 yards and buku touchdowns. I mean, it's going to be the Chase Brown. He'll be on full display Saturday afternoon. I mean, on full display. And Illini is looking to take... It's like, I hated it had to be you, Northwestern, but you're going to get the blunt end of what Illinois is going to do. There's absolutely no doubt about that in my mind at all. Illinois is 7-1 against the spread in their last 8 road games. Northwestern's 1-4 against the spread in their last 5 home games. I mean, this is like oil and water. They just don't mix. Illinois wins this in an absolute going away fashion. Now, what I really wanted to do with this game is the pick is take Illinois minus 14. I'm going to tell you guys what I'm going to do with this game also. I'm going to play the game in full at 14, but I'm also probably going to play a nice... We're going to put a few dollars on Illinois minus 3 in the first quarter. I don't know where Northwestern's going to score. I don't know how they're going to score, and I'm not sure how they're going to move the ball. I have no idea. I'm going to be playing both those plays, but the play that I'm giving you is Illinois for the game. The second game, we got 2 games for today. The second game, we got 6-5 Kansas going to 8-3 Kansas State, number 12 Kansas State. This line's at 11, and the total's at 62.5. The good old Governor's Cup's up for grabs tonight. I'm sure a lot of you guys don't even know what the hell that means or what it is. Kansas, they won their first 5 games of the year. Their win total at the beginning of the year was 3. Not 3.5. It was 3. And they won their first 5. That's a hell of a start of the season. And I'll tell you what those first 5 got them. They got them to be able to limp. I mean, just like completely limped. Pick up another win somewhere along the line like they did. And now they're bowl eligible. And good for them. Good for them. They're 1-5 in their last 6 games. Like I said, they are bowl eligible. And they're a really good story, but we all know how stories, how they go. They all got to come to an end. And last week may have been like putting that nail in the wood and hitting it about 4 or 5 times until you ain't got to hold it no more, and then you can keep on pounding, because that's exactly what Texas did to them last week. They beat them by 41 points last week. And that was with Daniels at quarterback. Texas took away the rushing from Kansas completely out the game. Took the rushing away. And Kansas got a 1,000-yard rusher on their team. He's actually he's a good running back. He's better than good. Texas had a game plan, and they executed it. Texas's defense is not Kansas State's defense. No, it's not. They gave up. You ready for this one? Kansas gave up 430 rushing yards. Listen, Bijan Robinson may be the best back in college football. I will not argue that one bit. If you wanted to throw out a few other names, 3 or 4 names, I'd probably agree with you on them too. 430 yards? Come on. Come on. I feel like Chris Berman. Come on, man. Really? Kansas gives up 35 points a game. That's a double what K-State gives up. K-State gives up 18 points a game. Kansas State's been on the road the last 2 games. And typically in conference, road games are hard places to play. Places like Baylor, good team, hard place to play in. Not for Kansas State. No. They knock off Baylor 31-3 at home. And then they travel. I'm not saying West Virginia is a good team at all. I'm not. But what I will tell you is West Virginia is a hard place to play at. And K-State walks into West Virginia and skins the Mountain Men just like they're supposed to. Beats them by, they beat them by 15, 18 points. 17 points, I'm sorry. Beat them with 17 points on the road. Martinez went out in that game against Baylor. And they brought in Will Howard in the Baylor game, and Will Howard played last week against West Virginia. I'm taking Will Howard over Martinez any day of the week. I think he's a better quarterback. I think he makes better decisions. He looked good to me last week against West Virginia. And when he came in at quick notice against Baylor, I mean, he just finished the job straight out. And I'm about 98% sure he'll be taking the snaps today also. Probably 99, maybe a little bit higher than 99. Martinez shouldn't play. K-State's 5-2 against the spread in their last 7 home games. Point blank, period. Listen, Kansas probably will score some points in this game. I mean, the total's at 62.5. It takes 2 teams to put up 62.5. I mean, we're not talking about Tennessee, Georgia. We're not talking about those teams, Ohio State. We're talking about Kansas State and Kansas here. For a total to be 62.5, Kansas is going to put up a few points. But what I will tell you is Kansas State's defense will completely eliminate one side of the ball on Kansas. What Texas did to them last week, Kansas State can even do better. I see K-State making quite a few stops in this game, giving Deuce Vaughn, Will Howard, the rest of the offense to capitalize on those time and time and time again. This is going to be their last home game of the season. They want to go out on a bang. They're going to go out on a bang. Obviously, you know what the pick is here. It's K-State minus 11. So, guys, the first pick is Illinois minus 14. The second pick is K-State minus 11. Me personally, I'm also going to take the Illini minus 3 first quarter minus 115. But that's not a recorded play. That's an extra gift for you to take. Guys, I want to thank you for the views, the everything. The comment, this thumbs up. Let's just keep hitting them thumbs up. I appreciate you guys. I wouldn't be doing this if you guys weren't here. You already know what I'm going to do until I get back to you guys. We're going to get back to getting this cash.